God says, do not treat this like just another video, just another message, just another sound passing by your ears. This is heavier than that. This is holy. This is dangerous. This is urgent. Right now, while you are listening, heaven is not calm. It is awake. It is alert. It is watching you. And in front of all that light, in front of the throne, in front of the countless angels, one presence has stepped forward for you. Archangel Michael. His sword is already drawn. His armor is already burning with fire. His eyes are locked on your life. His voice is shaking the realms. He says, I need you to trust me. You, not someone else. You are the only one who is capable. You don't even know how many times the enemy tried to end you before you even understood who you were. You thought it was just bad luck, just another heartbreak, just another failure, just my life is like this. No. It was targeted, calculated, designed to break you before you stepped into the truth of who you are. There were moments you almost gave up, moments you cried without sound, moments you stared at the ceiling and wondered, why does it feel like something is always fighting me? You didn't have words for it, but heaven did. Heaven called it war. And in that war, Michael was not some faraway idea. He was there. At the hospital bed, at the grave, by the phone when the worst news came, in the room when everyone left and you had to hold yourself. You thought you survived because you're strong. No. You survived because heaven refused to let you die in a battle you hadn't even been told you were in. Now listen carefully. This is not a casual notification. This is not a random scroll stop. This is a summons. The courts of heaven have opened a file with your name on it. Things that were buried are being reviewed. Words spoken against you are being replayed. Contracts in the spirit are being examined. Lies are being pulled out like poison. And God says, this cannot continue. The delay cannot continue. The silence cannot continue. The theft cannot continue. There is a woman God is exposing. You may already feel her face rise in your mind right now. She smiled at you. She listened to your secrets. She pretended to support you. But behind your back, your name was a topic. Your pain was entertainment. Your future was something she wanted to block, twist, or take. For a long time, heaven allowed her to move in shadows, not because God is blind, but because the timing of exposure is holy, and now that time has come. Her alliances are cracking, her masks are slipping, her hidden conversations are being dragged into the light. God says, I am not exposing her just to shame her. I am exposing her to free you, to clear the path that has been blocked for years. You have felt it, sudden losses, strange delays, opportunities crumbling at the last second, people turning cold for no reason, doors closing when they should have opened. You thought, maybe it's just not for me. Maybe I'm not worthy. Maybe I'm cursed. You blamed yourself. You called yourself the problem. But heaven says, you were never the problem. You were the threat. That's why you were targeted. That's why your name was thrown around in rooms you've never entered. That's why people who never met you formed opinions of you. Your destiny, not your weakness, attracted war. And now Michael steps into the center of that war and shouts, "Enough! Today the battle turns, but I need your agreement." All 7 archangels move into alignment. Michael, the warrior and defender of your destiny. Gabriel, the messenger holding announcements with your name on them. Raphael, the healer holding the pain you never told anyone about. Uriel, the light-bearer exposing every hidden scheme. Chamuel, the one restoring the love your heart lost. Jophiel, the wisdom that lets you see what's real from what's fake. Zedekiel, the mercy that breaks generational chains and guilt. They stand in a circle around your life, and heaven goes completely silent. God says, "Listen to me. Partnership is the law of this realm. I gave humans authority on earth. Even angels honor that. They will not move past your will." That is why Michael is not commanding you. He is pleading with you. Trust me. Open your spirit. Say yes, because without your yes, the assignment pauses. With your yes, hell loses legal right to keep you in chains. Do you feel the weight in your chest right now? The strange electricity in your body? The sudden heaviness that is not fear, but awareness? That is heaven shaking you awake. That is your spirit recognizing its own file being opened in the courts of God. The enemy is terrified of this moment. Even as you're listening, forces are trying to distract you, make you scroll away, make you say, it's just another dramatic video. Because if you treat this as nothing, you give permission for nothing to change. But if you treat this as a call, doors will open that no human hand can shut. God says they are trying to delete this from your heart, not the video, the revelation, the truth that you are chosen, the truth that you are marked, the truth that I am not done with you. Let's be honest. You have questioned your own worth. You have called yourself too broken, too late, too messed up. You compared your journey to others and decided you were behind. You thought the trauma disqualified you. You thought the sin disqualified you. You thought your mistakes ripped up God's plan. But the codes of your destiny were not written in pencil. They were carved into your soul before your first breath. You have fallen, yes. You have doubted, yes. You have failed, yes. But the seal of heaven over your life was never broken. That is why you're still here. That is why, after everything, you still feel something calling you deeper, instead of letting you die in numbness. Michael looks at your wounds and says, "I saw every hit you took. I saw every betrayal. I saw every silent breakdown. And still, I say, you are the only one capable." Why you? Why not someone more holy, more perfect, more qualified? Because your story carries keys theirs never will.
because your scars speak languages their comfort never learned, because the people you're assigned to help will only believe someone who understands real pain and kept going. You are not just a person, you are a gate. You are a turning point for your bloodline. You are the place where certain curses end and certain blessings begin. That is why the fight has been so violent. That is why every time you try to rise, something hits you. The enemy is not afraid of who you were. The enemy is terrified of who you are about to become after you say yes. God says, your yes will not only lift you, it will shake entire regions connected to you, your family, your relationships, your future children, people you haven't even met yet. When you heal, they get a different version of you. When you stand, they get a different covering. When you obey, their chains start to crack. So this is not just about your feelings. This is about generations. The enemy wants you tired, distracted, and numb, because a numb person doesn't sign anything in the spirit. A numb person doesn't say yes. A numb person just survives. Michael is not satisfied with you surviving. He is fighting for you to awaken. Right now, heaven leans closer. Michael speaks again. You think this is just another day in your life. It is not. This is a turning point. The moment where you either repeat the cycle or break it. You can go back to the same patterns, same fear, same doubt, same self-sabotage, same broken relationships, same "I guess this is just my life." Or you can do something frighteningly simple, yet spiritually violent. You can trust. You can whisper, even trembling, God, I say yes to what you wrote for me. Even if I don't understand it, even if I'm scared, I still say yes. That whisper sounds small in your room, but it explodes like thunder in the spiritual realm. Because at that yes, contracts break, legal rights of darkness shatter. The chains no sermon could break begin to loosen their grip. God says, rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you when you are in my hand. They may threaten, they may plot, they may whisper, but they cannot overturn what I have decreed. The woman who tried to stand at the gate of your destiny, she will face her own harvest. Those who lied on your name, their words will boomerang in ways you never have to orchestrate. You will not have to fight dirty. You will not have to defend yourself in every room. Your defender stands with a sword of fire and says, I will handle what you cannot see. You just stay in obedience. You just stay in truth. So here it is. Heaven has spoken. Michael has pleaded. The other archangels have taken their places. The exposure has started. The battle is already tilting. Now only one voice has not answered yet. Yours. God asks, will you trust me? Will you let go of the belief that you are alone? Will you stop agreeing with every lie spoken over your life? Will you allow me to rewrite the story they tried to author? Michael's last words move like an earthquake through the realms. Please trust me. You are the only one who is capable. Do not delay. Do not let them delete this truth from your spirit. This is the moment heaven waited for. If something inside you knows this is for you, don't argue with it. Don't overthink it. Just breathe, and in your own way, say yes. Because the second you do, the war over your destiny is no longer fought for your awakening. It is fought from your awakening. Heaven is waiting. Michael is already standing guard, and your story is not ending here. It's just now beginning to sound like what God always wrote. If you believe God is not done with you yet, let your heart agree. That agreement is the key they were trying so hard to delete.